Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on Schultz's Card Pulls.
What's going on, sports fans? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, February 9th, and we are all hoping for some sports cards again on Target.com for the first time on a Wednesday. Skipping a couple weeks in a row and not doing the Tuesday thing. Changing it up on it. So we're here waiting, 3:57. Sorry for being a minute or two late, guys. I was having trouble with my camera and my mic, but everything is all good now. We are here, ready to go, hoping to see if Target.com, after changing it up and making us all kind of be on our toes again every single day, hoping to see if Target.com starts to restock again at this point for sports cards. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all as good as you can be. Let me know in the chat how you're all feeling. I know almost 250 people here, just over 250 people here now. Thank you so much to everybody for showing up, especially the West Coasties. I know that it is tough to get up early, but hope you're as good as you can be. I know I'm fighting it, guys. I'm tired, but I'm here hoping just as much as you are, and I appreciate every single one of you showing up and hanging out with me, and a lot to talk about in the world of sports right now as well. Goodness gracious, right after I got off the live stream yesterday, and unfortunately, of course, nothing happening on Target.com. We will wait, guys. The hot zone just about 2 minutes away here on the channel, so we'll keep you updated. But lots going on, guys. Right after I got off the live stream yesterday, CJ McCollum, Portland Trail Blazers, end up trading him to the Nolland Pelicans for what a lot of people would say is a pretty lackluster haul in Josh Hart, Thomas Satoransky. Then you got Nickeil Alexander, and then the fourth piece, which was also just a bench warmer, Didi Azuda. I want to say his name right, but I really hope that I'm not screwing it up. But I think he just got out of COVID protocol, so he hasn't really even played much lately. But anyways, so those four players plus 2 second-round draft picks and then a first-rounder for CJ McCollum, Larry Nance, and Tony Snell for the Portland Trail Blazers. And a lot of people reacting around the NBA, not just Blazers fans, a lot of people kind of confused as to what the Blazers are doing, so we can talk about that. I know my team, guys, my Portland Trail Blazers and Damian Lillard, I know, have come under a lot of question. People are saying that Damian Lillard should be on his way out, that he should leave, that he should totally abandon Portland. I mean, obviously with some bias, and as a Blazers fan, I disagree, so we can yak about that while we wait for cards. We can yak about the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday, guys. Of course, a ton of other trades going down in the NBA as well. A ton of different things to talk about leading up to the trade deadline still. Domantas Sabonis for Tyrese Halliburton. That one affects the collector's market, you guys. How about that? Tyrese Halliburton, one of the up-and-coming NBA players, just growing, having that ascent right before our eyes, and I'm sure a lot of Kings fans super disappointed. I'm not saying Domantas Sabonis isn't somebody you wouldn't want on your team. It is. And it is the hot zone, you guys. Keep your eyes peeled. It is the hot zone here on Schultz's Card Pulls and Tips. His morning Schultzy. Like Smash, Scott Osh's morning Schultzy. Tommy Two Dimes, his morning Schultzy. Nice Aunt Genesis, dude. Thank you so much. We'll talk about that here in a second. Nothing is loaded as of yet. Mark says, let's increase that 68, fellas. I appreciate you guys. Dow76 says, Schultzy, Prism football draft dropped last night. I appreciate it, Dal. I can look on the site to see exactly what they've got going on as we continue to talk about what possibly will drop and then all the other news in the world of sports. But yeah, that Domantas Sabonis, Tyrese Halliburton trade, guys. I've been wanting Domantas Sabonis on the Portland Trail Blazers for years, so it's not something to sneeze at getting Domantas Sabonis on your team, but trading away Tyrese Halliburton, that guy, I mean, compare it. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Damian Lillard, but just compare it to like the ascent of Damian Lillard back in his rookie sophomore season in the NBA and how highly valued he was by the Portland Trail Blazers. Imagine the Blazers just trading him in the middle of that process. That's essentially what the Sacramento Kings are doing. I mean, Halliburton, I think 17 assists at some point recently in the last week or two, going off for like 30, 38 points. So really growing as a very young NBA player, 20, 21 years old. Halliburton with a lot of potential still, and just a very surprising trade to everybody around the NBA. So good to see everybody talking about that trade as well. Brian Lawhorn says, good morning, but what about Tyrese Halliburton going to Indiana? Well, there you go. trying to answer that question. It was an absolute crazy bit of news to see. I know everybody was surprised, and a lot of people with a bunch of different trades and news surrounding possible trades, just reacting to a ton of different stuff around the NBA yesterday. It's what I love to talk about. It's what I love in the world of sports, how that kind of coincides with the hobby, because that really does, for some players, affect the value, and it is really important to pay attention to some of those things. With some players, the event-based kind of a collector up and downs price-wise just aren't really happening. But if you can learn to see who people are super smitten on really quickly, then you can kind of see where the market goes, and follow that trend, especially like just putting it on a graph or something like that, which I'm not trying to shill for eBay or anything, but like eBay, they're not paying me to say this, but eBay with that whole card price tracker now, actually a pretty sweet way to do that for free, and you don't have to like download any app. You can just go on a website. A lot of people already have eBay accounts, and you can just do it that way. Siski Whiskey says the Kings are a dumpster fire. Not as bad as my Portland Trailblazers right now, man, but we can talk about that. We can talk about all that today. All right, guys, still looking at the monitors, not seeing anything happening as far as a Target restock at the moment. But, of course, we are only 3.5 minutes into the hot zone. I will let you all know if and when I see something here on Schulte's card pulls. So, tons of stuff to talk about trade-wise, Super Bowl-wise. Karis LeVert to the Cavs to Steve Piero. Huge news, guys. All kinds of big trades in the NBA. And once again, it's not done. Jeremy Grant from the Detroit Pistons, possibly on his way to Portland. We've been hearing a lot about rumors of a potential Yusuf Nurkic, Jeremy Grant swap between the Portland Trailblazers and Detroit Pistons. I'd be a fan of that. I know that Yusuf Nurkic and his expiring contract is something that the Blazers and interim GM Joe Cronin want to do something with. So, can they? I'm not sure that's the question. I think it's more of a will they, and will they offer up enough assets to get that done? Because I don't think a Yusuf Nurkic for Jeremy Grant swap straight up is just going to get it done with the GM there. Matt says Blazers in on full rebuild. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Leo says, doesn't Chris Duarte play the same position as Hallie, or am I wrong? Leo, I think that you are correct there, but Hallie, I don't know. Would Hallie... I've watched Hallie a bit with the Kings. I mean, he kind of plays more of like a 1-2, and Duarte plays more of like a 2-3. Am I mistaken in stating that? I mean, I watched Duarte play for the University of Oregon, and he never really seems to play the point guard traditionally. I know in the NBA, positions have kind of seemed to fade away as we get into the 2020s. You really don't necessarily see a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. It's more like 4 guards at some points, or like 4 guys and then a center that can step out and shoot a 3. It's really different in the NBA now. Brian Longhorn says Halliburton may shine born Indiana, so the value may rise. Exactly. That's why I'm saying it affects collectors big time, you guys. Affects collectors a ton. And speaking of collectors and speaking of big names and big cards, you guys, check this out. You can go on my Instagram. I posted this last night before I was going to bed. Had been just packing some stuff up. Obviously, you still see some stuff out behind me. I need to get a few more team bags, but I have the entire first break packaged up last night, so I was done. I was putting all the supplies away, and I'd gotten 3 more blasters from Target yesterday, you guys, and looky here, wouldn't you know it, an Anthony Edwards NBA debut Genesis. I didn't tape it. I cannot believe that I didn't tape it. I should have just thrown my phone up on the stand and even taped it for like a YouTube short or something, but there you go, guys. Anthony Edwards, Genesis, NBA debut. That's going off to PSA Express. And hopefully we get a 10, because if that's a 10, that is a $3,000 to $5,000 card. Has to be. So, crossing my fingers, guys. See how that goes. That could turn into a nice payday if we get a 10 on that card. Steve Piero says Halliburton should jump in price with a new market. See, and that is usually what happens when I'm talking about like the event-based player collector prices changing. Halliburton, because he's going to a new team, and because he's playing his games in front of a new audience, there is that potential for people super interested in getting their hands on Tyrese Halliburton cards because Pacers fans are obviously going to be very excited to get him. Although you would think that Sacramento Kings fans at that point are going to be kind of pushing some of their Halliburtons out of their collection as well. Maybe in frustration, but also more so out of like if he's not on the team anymore, I might as well get a buck for him. So I'm not necessarily sure if you're going to see the number of collectors for Halliburton grow a ton, maybe kind of transfer from Sacramento to Indiana, but you will see that market kind of surge for a bit because of that new audience. You guys aren't wrong. 4:07 Pacific time, you guys. Appreciate ya. Colin with the fire. Panoon says not to downplay your pull, but Genesis seems so common this year. I agree with you, but as far as an Anthony Edwards or a LaMelo Ball Genesis, you guys, I don't think those are common. I think the Genesis are pretty common this year. I agree with you, but Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball are still super hard to find. Yeah, Steve saying good morning. GLO says good morning. Scott56 says nice, man. Congratulations. Isn't the debut a subset, says Matt Chapman? I believe it is, but still a very highly sought-after Genesis. Anthony Edwards, it is. I think raw, that's a $400 card last sold on eBay, and there hasn't been a PSA 10 posted yet. I think the one PSA 10, there's only population 2 Anthony Edwards rookie Genesis of a PSA 10 of a true rookie card. I think sold for around $4,000 to $6,000. So I would assume that the first or second PSA 10 is going to sell for probably around $3,000 to $5,000. So hopefully getting a few grand for that. Hopefully. Looking to see if anything is loaded, you guys, and unfortunately nothing yet on Target.com. No sports cards. For those wondering about consoles, we haven't seen anything like that either. Matt Chapman says, are there Pacers fans? That's funny. Yes, there are Pacers fans. I think Hoosier Poles, who is in the chat, I saw him say what's up earlier. I think that he would attest to the fact that there are a lot of Pacers fans. Brian Lawhorn says, due to Schulte hitting that heat, all 668 people in the chat hit the like button ASAP. Well, you guys, that as well as we do have, I posted it first for my members last night, but I do have breaks for this weekend posted up on Schulte'sCardPulls.com. So if you wanted to go check that out, actually super excited. I'll show you really quickly this first combo really quickly for you. Pretty awesome. This is a nice budget combo with a Classics H2 hobby box, but then we also got some Select 2020, Mosaic 2020, and then Optic 2020 hangers to go Joe Burrow hunting. And then we've also got a hobby box hunt as well for Joe Burrow. And then if we have both of those breaks sell out, I've also got some boxes on the way for OT break number 1, and we'll hang around and go Joe Burrow hunting again, hopefully leading up to the Super Bowl. So that is going on Schulte'sCardPulls.com. You guys can go check the website out and see that all of the spots for both of those 2 breaks that have been posted, the 2 main breaks, are open. 28 spot breaks. The Collector says, good morning. How you doing, guys? Hoosier says, yeah, we're here, but we're ashamed as Pacers fans. Happy to have Halliburton, though. I mean, I don't know why you're ashamed as Pacers fans, brother. Just because you're not necessarily as great now doesn't mean that, like, you aren't a heritage basketball team that has a lot of really good fans and deep knowledge about basketball watching that team. I mean, they really do. They really do out there. Rick Carlisle returning to Indiana. Early stop in his career. Now he's back in the twilight of his career as an NBA head coach. There could be something brewing in Indiana. You never know. So, I don't know. Don't trash the history you got going on in here in Indiana, brother. That's a pretty decent team. The Collector says 28 teams. Yes, sir. We've got 4 different spots randomized because there are 32 teams in the NFL. So, 32 teams in the NFL. Couple of teams combined for some added value, and the whole combo with 2020 and 2021 I think adds a little bit more value to those breaks as well. And both breaks, you'll notice you guys have some opportunities to win some slabs. Actually, let me grab those really quick as we continue. I am watching nothing happening as far as sports cards on Target.com yet. Nothing happening, unfortunately. Right now, I will shut up as soon as I see something, but I have not seen anything yet, you guys. X Brian 818 says, what do you think, Schulte? Are we getting skunked today? Man, I'm not sure. I wish I could tell you guys exactly what's going on. I apologize that I can't just give you the lowdown, but I'm just not really privy to what Target's doing at this point. I told you they would switch it up, and I obviously was not wrong, and we're waiting here after they switched it up on us and keeping us on our toes day to day at this point. So hopefully we get paid off and see exactly what is coming our way, and our efforts are definitely fruitful for sure. KickSafe41 says, so do you sell now or hold, hoping for value growth? I always hold too long. Just came across my Kevin Mass rookies and top loaders, LOL. KickSafe41, that's a great question. I was talking about this a little bit yesterday on the stream. Essentially, for growth like that, the potential is always alluring. So if you're gonna, buy a certain player or invest in a certain player and try to grab a couple of those parallels or whatever to grade, that's obviously the way to do it. But if you're talking about holding on to like base cards, that may not be the best way to go. Now, I've always said it when it comes to collecting or gambling in general, because that's kind of what sports cards really is. Opening cards is it's a gamble. We're all hopeful that we can pull the hits together, but essentially, I always say that if it's a life-changing amount of money for you, if you can get something out of a card, get out, cash out at that point. Like if you pull a sweet, huge hit, like for instance, I will give you a perfect example, you guys. Is Anthony Edwards got the potential to grow? Oh my goodness, yes. The value of him could be huge, but I'll be honest, if I could get a PSA 10 Anthony Edwards Genesis, 3, 4, 5 grand, that's not a life-changing amount of money, but that is definitely a big chunk of money that I can't ignore, and that's something that I would definitely cash out for. So I would really encourage everybody in a similar situation, if they pull a big card like that, unless you really, are for sure thinking that he's going to turn into the next Mike Trout. And, who knows, guys? Mike Trout could flail in the next 10 years. I don't think it's possible, but who knows? So if you have the potential like that to get out of a big card and get your money, then I would say do so. Rye Adio says, Joe Burrow, sell or hold? I would say Joe Burrow right now, probably sell. The market for him isn't going to go further through the ceiling after the Super Bowl. I think that peak has already happened. I think the bubble with Joe Burrow cards has already expanded. All these people coming crazy around looking at Joe Burrow cards have grabbed them and raised those prices, and they're going to be that way probably through the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that the prices that you see aren't decent, because they are, but what I'm saying is they're not going to go up any further. So if you want top dollar for that Joe Burrow card that you've been sitting on for a bit, I would sell it now. However, there are a lot of people that are also just getting their Joe Burrow cards back from PSA from like last year's submissions that just happen to be getting them back at the perfect time. And I obviously would get out of cards like that as well if you can. At this point, you're going to get top dollar for them, and go put it into the same card in like 3 or 4 months when the value is going to be just a little bit lower again, so you can get back into those cards. That's honestly what I think you should do for Joe Burrow. Raymond Ray says, cash out and buy more cards. Easy decision. I love it, Ray. I love it, Raymond Ray. Appreciate you guys. Some people buying some spots here for the breaks this weekend. Excited. Thanks a lot, y'all. Gonna be a fun weekend for sure. Got a hobby break going on, and we've got a budget break going on as well. 2021 combos for both, and the opportunity to win slabs for both, as I was just talking about. This is going to be a fun one this weekend, you guys. So for the breaks that I've got going on, for the first break, we've got the opportunity, let's get that camera back in focus. For the first break, we've got the opportunity to win 2 slabs. Gosh, dang. Thought I got this nailed down. I gotta like turn off the autofocus or something. For the first break, we've got the opportunity to win 2 slabs, guys. A Jordan Love Gem Mint PSA 10, and then a Jalen Hurts Mosaic NFL debut BGS 9.5. And then for the second break, the hobby box break, you're gonna have the opportunity to win 2 slabs as well. Justin Jefferson PSA 10 green Mosaic rookie card, as well, guys, as a Russell Wilson 2012 Topps Chrome rookie 8.5. Basically, the rules for that is going to be everyone that doesn't get a team like, I'm going to pick like the Chargers, the Bengals, and like the Patriots, and maybe one other team. Basically, anybody that doesn't go get those 3 teams is going to get a shot at those slabs just as a thank you. And hopefully, whoever does get the Cincinnati Bengals pulls a massive Joe Burrow hit, because that's the reason that I'm putting stuff on as far as 2020 options this weekend, is I want Joe Burrow cards pulled, baby. The collector says, boom, I'm in the break now. LEFG, let's effing go. Appreciate it, you guys. Tabletop Geek says, must not be anything good today. Not seeing any new items popping up on Target.com as of yet. Of course, we are waiting, hopefully, for a restock. If we do see a restock, we're hoping for Mosaic Basketball Mega Boxes. We're hoping for Mosaic Football Retail finally to hit the shelves at Target. We really haven't seen much of it since the blaster boxes that Hitman Rips found at the NFL shop. I don't think I've seen it at Walmart's yet. I don't think that I've seen it really anywhere else. So super frustrating there, and hopefully that changes. And I will say that it is Wednesday, so if we don't get a restock from Target.com today, sorry guys, just trying to make sure that's in focus, and it is just not working very well. If we don't get a restock from Target.com today, then there is the Walmart.com restock coming up right around noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time. I know that there was a restock last week that wasn't very good. A lot of people didn't even see the Mosaic Basketball Mega Boxes go in stock. However, they were there. Bots ate the Mosaic Basketball Mega Boxes up. Ate them up. Patrick says, hey, Schultz told you last week, no drop this week. I appreciate it, Patrick. I mean, we had no drop last week either. Just sucks. Sucks that, unfortunately, they seem to be moving things around again. And it really kind of makes you question, well, will they do Tuesdays again? What day of the week are they going to do? Really changing it up on us, like I've said before, guys. Marie Montgomery says, what's at Walgreens? Well, if you go to Walgreens, Marie, and you find those $5 football boxes with the green lettering on them, you could find boxes that contain packs of 2020 football cards like Select Football. Somebody that watched my video said they found a Prism football pack and pulled a Justin Herbert base. I know some people in my Discord, unfortunately, with those $5 packs have told me, and on the video's comments themselves, that they're necessarily aren't always packs or good packs in them because they found nothing, or like old, like, wax from 1991 that nobody cares about. Good old junk wax. But the potential is there, and for a $5 gamble, I think it is absolutely worth it. It's fun to see. I mean, the potential, guys, 4 hits out of those packs, I think, is huge enough for a $5 gamble being more than worth it. I saw somebody that bought like 10 boxes in my Discord, and they were able to get 10 2020 select football packs. Is that going to be replicated for everybody? No, but check your local Walgreens, you guys. A fun, cheap rip and a chance at a huge, huge hit for cheap. Ms. Burns, or Mr. Burns, sorry about that, says, Burrow going to get sacked 8+ times this Super Bowl, and they still have a chance at winning. He's been taking all the sacks in the offseason, or in the postseason, and he's still led them to where they are right now, back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 1988, the Cincinnati Bengals are. So it's going to be exciting to see what Joe Burrow can do with all that talent, despite the offensive line kind of collapsing on him all the time. He still finds a way. He still finds a way. Absolute stud. However, they better fix that quick, because that's obviously going to affect his long-term ability to play in the league and his career. Already dealing with that devastating knee injury, able to come back like he is, but He cannot keep taking those sacks because not only does it wear at your body, but it continues to put your body that's already had a devastating injury like that at risk for another. So Cincinnati, let's hope they win the Super Bowl, but let's also hope they protect Joe Burrow like the elite quarterback that he is and like they should going forward. John Rod says, drop some cards already, Schultze. I wish that it was up to me, guys. If it were up to me, we would have had a fat restock last Tuesday. I'm not talking yesterday. I'm talking last Tuesday. If it were up to me, that's absolutely what would have been going on. And I apologize that we aren't getting a restock right now on Target.com. I know it's frustrating for everybody. Sal asking about anything on the back end. No, we do not see anything on the back end. Unfortunately, nothing loading yet on Target.com. 422, though. Saw some very, very late morning activity with the Donruss Basketball Fat Pack. So who knows, guys? We could see something flicker on the monitors. We could see something happening. Make sure that I let y'all know as soon as I see it. Santos Hydrant says West Coast only gets the Facebook Draft Picks Chronicles. Aiden says, you don't know when it's going to drop, Patrick. So true. Stafford got sacked a million times and he's playing for a Super Bowl, says Aaron. It's true. It's true. I agree with you. But for Joe Burrow to deal with such a pretty devastating knee injury at such an early age, it just really sets him up to be frail later on in his career. So you see a guy like Tom Brady, who's obviously the best at taking care of himself that's ever been. But when you don't really suffer many major injuries like that, obviously he has suffered injuries over the years here and there, but when you don't suffer major injuries like that, it's easier for you to play closer to 40, and I would assume a guy like that's what you want to do. So protect the man. Pay those linemen and protect the man. Angel, what's going on, man? Says, morning squad, anything backloaded? Nothing as of yet, unfortunately. We're just seeing basically toys from earlier this morning on Target.com. And, of course, like I just mentioned yesterday, there was that random fat pack of Donruss. And last night, as we were told by quite a few people in the chat, there was some Draft Picks Prism football. Both cellos and blasters popping up on the monitors available on Target.com. But as far as cards, that's what we've seen. We haven't seen anything new. But like I was just saying, guys, we do have Walmart coming up later today at noon Pacific time. That is noon Pacific, 3 Eastern for a restock on Walmart.com. And good luck to every single one of you trying to grab cards from Walmart. I know that it is a pretty tough go, but they just let the bots win. But when you can score from there, it is so cool. And I know even Illusions mega boxes are highly sought after, but there is a chance there that you can score. So I wouldn't sleep on that. Target.com, I know, makes us go each week, waiting to see, leaves us on our toes, and now obviously making us wait and see if they're going to go either this week or next Tuesday or whatever day of the week after skipping 2 Tuesdays in a row, which they haven't done that for the first time. I think they've done that since like early December, I want to say. I got to go back and look at the extended calendar to give y'all an exact date on when the last time they skipped 2 weeks in a row for a sports card restock. Elite Main says Stafford's going to go 3 picks. I love it. I love it, guys. The trash talking is already starting. I appreciate that. Jerome, you're awesome, man. Says, how do I jump in on the break? Jerome, just go to my website, schultzescardpulls.com. It is actually down in the description as well as in the pinned comment up in the top of the chat box. So just go click on that. And I do accept any form of payment from PayPal and Venmo to all major credit cards. So pretty easy for y'all to jump on the break. And for everybody from the break this weekend, I should be getting more team bags today for my local card shop, and I will be sending these out later tonight. Super excited, guys, to get these hits out to y'all. I know George B. excited to get his LaMelo Ball in the mail. Andrew excited for his Silver Ant. Definitely hoping we pull some more fire this weekend for Super Bowl Sunday, or for the big game. Just the gambling atmosphere already on people's minds, and I know there's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of food. And man, after I do breaks, I'm going to be at my mom's drinking up a storm for Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be fun. Boy Bucket says, I pulled a Luka Jalen Green dual auto redemption from NBA Hoops, so you never know. Yeah, NBA Hoops, guys, the slam inserts are the highly sought-after card out of NBA Hoops, although it does seem that you can pull some pretty sick hits, albeit very, very rarely do those come out like those dual autos or those dual patches or anything. It more reminds me of like a Don Russ there, or like a Topps flagship when it comes to baseball. There's just so many other base cards that you have to go through in those boxes before you get the chance at those big hits. Eric says, I'm hearing tomorrow talking about a sports card restock. Well, let's cross our fingers, you guys. If we don't see one today, obviously, I'm going to be back here live bright and early tomorrow. And we do have 23 minutes left to go in the hot zone, but unfortunately not seeing anything happening as of yet. But like I said, I don't mind it. I enjoy being here with you guys every single week, and please help me out. Do smash that like button for me. Helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. YouTube will send this out. The algorithm will send this out to more people. And you know how it works at this point. I live and die by everybody hitting the like button and by the algorithm. Am I crazy that I have submitted my life to an algorithm saying like, hey, here's how I want to make money. Here's how I want to become a person of note in the hobby. Maybe, but I'm doing it anyways. So please support me along that road. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, unfortunately, no activity from Target.com at the moment. I will let you all know as soon as I see something there. But yeah, we got about 20 minutes left this morning in the hot zone. Oh, Hoosier Polls, appreciate you, buddy, dropping the best Walmart search link. There you go. So everybody that does want to get cards from Walmart.com later at noon Pacific time, 3 East Coast time. I really am trying to make sure I say that with each mention of a Walmart restock. That is the time, 12 Pacific, so noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time. Check out that link from Hoosier Polls. He's got everything basically like I do in the GOAT search link put together by Run Good Life on Target.com that brings up all sports cards specifically and anything related to sports cards. That's what Hoosier's search does for Walmart. So I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. I'm going to add that at some point, Hoosier. I'm going to add that down in the description as well. See if I can help people out there for Walmart, because I understand. I know it's tough out there. People think it is rough already. And one reason that the mega boxes were hard to get last week, guys, is there were a couple of different SKUs. The Mosaic Basketball Megas seems to be a different SKU than everybody originally thought. And the botters that were able to get it were the ones that had the right SKU and that were on the correct item immediately, as opposed to there was like, I don't know if it was the same listing or not, but there were 2 different things going on. And I was clicking on an item that I never saw go in stock. So it was super weird, super wacky. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again this week. But you know what? When the bots do eat like that, they do eat. We know it. And Walmart.com never really does much about it. So unfortunately, that's probably not going to change. Yeah, Angel asking if anything is loaded. Scott O says, no, unfortunately, nothing loaded right now on Target.com, you guys. Dustin says, Pablo, they're fun, and that's what Chronicles is for. Yes, Chronicles is definitely a fun rip, you guys. The potential for hits, of course, is there. Actually, I was thinking for an OT break coming up this weekend. I do have a bunch of other 2020 boxes, including more Mosaic, more Select, more Optic football, but I also have a Chronicles football mega box on the way, a Fanatics exclusive. It's got those teal parallels. We could pull a Joe Burrow, which is going for insane cash right now. I mean, one of those paper bases is going for like $10. It's pretty crazy. So I wanted to throw one of the Chronicles football boxes in there because those are, I was just thinking last night before I basically took a 2-hour nap before getting on the stream this morning, how much fun a rip Chronicles is and how much I miss ripping Chronicles Football 2020. You get the chance at Prism Black. You get the chance at all kinds of autos. Those rookie autos actually look pretty beautiful. That's my opinion. I'm not trying to press anything on you like, oh, go buy Chronicles Football, but it's a pretty sweet looking card. and it doesn't cost a lot. So I think it's still a good buy. Scotto says, love this beat. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Tried to put together a decent beats for these potential drops here on Schulte's Card Pulls. Waiting on Target.com. The collector says Walmart link would be nice. For sure, collector. I will make sure and get that down in the description so people can reference that. And people have asked me, will you do a Walmart stream? I've thought about it, you guys. When I do these streams, doing a lot of these streams does take away like energy and time that I'm like able to like edit like recorded content, recorded videos, which the YouTube algorithm does absolutely favor as opposed to like live streams. They don't really replay live streams as much. So I'm trying to figure out, yes, I should probably do something like that, but I gotta still keep the recorded content coming. So I don't know. I'll probably do like a live stream like that for Walmart at some point if I can fit it in. But I was thinking of like expanding like the live streaming to like Twitch and Facebook and Instagram as well, trying to get the name out there and trying to get as many people cards and as many people help as possible. Elite Main says, I'd rather invest in Trevor Lawrence than Tua. There you go. Aaron G says, bought into both breaks. I appreciate you, Aaron. Thank you so much, man. And just like I was saying, guys, all your stuff from breaks 8 and 9 is on the way. They should be in the mail later tonight, at the latest tomorrow morning after I get off the air. But excited. I already have the packages all ready for break number 8. And a couple people actually had spots in both breaks, so I have their packages all ready to go from break number 9 as well. Drop a freestyle, Schulte, says Garrick J. No, I'm terrible at freestyle. I cannot rap. I'm not going to insult the people that are super, super talented. Just like I'd be super mad if one of those guys that were really good, like at rapping, tried to sing jazz against me. It just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't work. So I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm a jazz singer. I'm a pop singer. That's what I can do. I can't drop a freestyle. I can't. I cannot. Scott says, what's supposed to be dropping? Scott Martin asking about the potential of items on Target.com. Well, we are waiting on some Mosaic basketball, Scott. We're also waiting on some Mosaic NFL. Thing is, we're kind of waiting on a lot of Mosaic because the NFL releases have been pushed back. So you're still looking at Prism, you're still looking at Select and Donruss Optic that have not been released for the 2021 set yet. We're still waiting on those and probably going to be waiting on those through May. Possibly into June. I think the date for Prism football at this point is like April 6th. So super, super late. And obviously at that point, you're looking at the draft and like off-season workouts and mini camps and looking at 2021 football rookies, like highly sought after ones still being released. So we're waiting on the Mosaic, and that's kind of the one football release that we're hanging on to right now. And the Mosaic NBA mega boxes, course, have just hit the shelves at Walmart, but they are barely trickling in, and we haven't seen many yet, so we're hoping to see them on Target.com. Hopefully we see more on Walmart.com. So that's kind of the story there. And as far as basketball cards, that's I think we've got like Select basketball for 20. No. Sorry, that's already out. I think everything has been released for 2021 basketball. We are now turning around into 2021, 2022, and really don't see much more 2021 basketball besides like a couple of super, super premium releases going into the rest of the first quarter of 2022. Cody Lloyd says, drop some blues then, BB King. Jonathan Amaya says, you could sound like you could drop some Frank Sinatra tunes. Yeah, fly me to the moon. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Like, I don't want to get copyright slapped, but let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Yeah, I can spit a jazz tune out, guys. I can absolutely do that. So I could sit here and try to sing back and forth to you, but there would be a lot of people getting annoyed with that, so that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. No Hoops Premium, LaMelo Year says Ryan Schossler, sorry. Yeah, Ryan, they did not do Hoops Premium for 2021. They skipped it. However, We do have Hoops Premium coming up for 2021-2022, which I was surprised at. I thought that they were releasing Flux kind of in lieu of Hoops. So, yeah. It was weird to me to see that make a return because Hoops Premium was a pretty bad product after a while. That one flopped hard on its face at one point. So, surprised to see it back, but it is. So we do have Hoops Premium back again. It'll be interesting to see if we see 2021-22 Flux come back in retail and hobby versions as well. Because I actually really like it. Marie says, haha, spit it, Schultz. I appreciate it, Marie. Scott O says, I owe you a beer. Nah. No, you're all good, man. Water asking about a drop. Unfortunately, nothing loading right now on Target.com. We're waiting, we're hanging out, hoping, and we have not seen anything happening yet on the back end. Have not seen any of the monitors doing anything, letting us know about new products going into stock. We got about 12 minutes left in the hot zone. And we will hang around seeing if there is a change in status. Miguel T, top of the morning, sunshine. What's going on, Miguel? How are you, buddy? Thank you so much for hanging out. Welcome on in, brother. Schultz fam is here, and we are strong, you guys. And do me one favor, smash that like button. Really does help. And helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee, as well as gain subscribers, gain views, help the channel grow. Appreciate all y'all's. And showing up every single morning. Looks like I just hit 12,700 subscribers, so thank y'all to you for your continued support on that. Would love to see this channel continue to grow. The goal is 100,000 subscribers, guys. If I could be a YouTube channel with 100,000 subs, talking sports cards, the influence in the hobby would be massive, and we would be able to do some really good things together as a community. I really do see some of the things, Pac-Man, he does get a lot of good boxes from Panini. He does do a lot of really expensive rips, but there are also a lot of cool things and a lot of free things and giveaways that he does that are just super up there in price and super awesome that I just can't do as a smaller channel without like that backing, of some of those extra companies and those sponsors. So I hope we can get there, and hopefully, guys, as the hobby transitions into the Fanatics owned and run portion of everything in 2024 and 2025, we can all grow with it together and see exactly what's happening together. Love it. I see media covering this just like it is sports betting right now, you guys. I promise it's going to grow. Sports cards and the world around sports cards is going to go mainstream. I truly believe Fanatics is going to take it. I think that this would be cool, and I bet you that there's people talking about this. Imagine like collector's items or like cards, like a numbered parallel that you could only find in a certain city, right? Like, so Damian Lillard has like a certain card on October 25th, opening night of an NBA game, where it's a special edition available, printed to, only $399 or $299. And if you buy one of those packs, there's a chance that you could get like a one of one. Now, hopefully they could sell those in a manner that wouldn't turn into like a Target-like atmosphere with people creating a massive line waiting for sports cards. But the thing is, with an arena like that, there are already a bunch of lines, and there are already people going to stores and trying to buy collectibles and things like that and get autos. So I think that that is the venue where that kind of thing would play, and that kind of atmosphere would be okay. So I imagine Fanatics doing something like that, some kind of location-based, like you're only able to get this card if you're at Moda Center on October 25th or whatever this year. And other than that, you'll never see it or get your hands on it again. And the cool thing about that kind of thing is that we obviously can't be in 30 places at once. So there's going to be cards out there that are going to be highly sought after. There's going to be cards that people are going to want to swap. There's going to be cards move around the market. There's potential, guys, for the sports card market really to get huge with all that new money from Fanatics, and with all of hopefully the new and bright ideas they have coming into the hobby. Oh, Loot Box. Heck yeah, Loot Box Heroes has just hit a restock. I sent you the pic, Schultz. I appreciate it, Loot Box. Congrats, man. Garrick J says, where are your kitties? Evie is outside right now sleeping in a hamper of clothing. It is adorable. Oh my goodness, it is so sweet. And then Pikachu followed me downstairs to grab my drink for getting on the air this morning. So I'm sure he's either probably still sitting on the stairs or sitting right by the bottom of my door, kind of looking through the peephole and trying to see what's going on in here, because he sees Daddy going into the studio. He knows something's going on, and then he also hears Daddy talking really loud, so he knows that something's really going on, and he wants to be in here and be sitting and seeing what's going on and the happenings are going on. So Brian says, come on, the other 700 plus people, hit that like button. I appreciate you, Brian. You guys rock, man. Scotto says, you hit 100,000, you get a lot of free stuff. You're right, Scott, and I promise you guys I would give that all back. I promise you I would. Blue Box guys are awesome. Hunting and Breaking says, Shulton, Solcy, partner with Fanatics now. I would love to. I mean, that's the thing. I would love to be like, hey, let's do like a daily hobby show on a network that's like VSiN that covers just sports betting. But we're covering the movement of the market of sports cards. Imagine that. I see it in the future. I think it's going to be a very big thing, and hopefully we can go towards that sooner rather than later. And what that will do, guys, is create a lot more mystery and fun and spin around the hobby and continue to bring those new people in. And hopefully, like I've always said, guys, the access is key to the long-term sustainability to the hobby. And the access, I'm telling you guys, access is key to cards like this going up in value for y'all, making your investments better. That's how the hobby's going to work for us all long term. It's not flipping boxes at, 4, 5, 6, 7 times the price. Tony asking about anything on the back end. Unfortunately, no. We have not seen anything happening on Target.com this morning, so no products being loaded. I will let y'all know as soon as I see something, but got about 6 or 7 minutes left in the hot zone, and hoping to see some action in that next 6 or 7 minutes, you guys. But with each passing minute, it's looking less and less likely today. Although, obviously, I have the hot zone until 4:50 is a reason, so I ain't giving up hope officially today for another 6 minutes at least. Temp viewer 12345 says immaculate NFL hangers will drop today. Tyler Young says let the cats in. I cannot. Unfortunately, I have some loose cards behind me still, so they would just destroy them. And it's one of the reasons why the cats are only allowed in here at certain times, because Daddy runs sports card breaks, and Daddy does a lot of things with some expensive equipment over here, so they cannot get in and ruin it. Because one time I did let Pikachu in, and he came and sat on my desk, and my one of my movie editing programs, just the one that comes with Apple iMovie, has not been working the same since he sat on my keyboard. Don't know what happened. Still can't figure it out. Apple support tried to help me, and that's why the cats aren't allowed in here unless it's a very specific time. Bill Johnson says the hobby isn't about making money. No, Bill, it's about the love, and it's about the nostalgia, and it's about creating those memories, and it's about associating those memories that you have with sports with the cards and with those moments, kind of bringing back a bunch of those memories right to the front of your brain when you look at those cards. However, a way to keep people coming in is to keep the potential for investing in some of these cards there and creating, sort of a market, guys, around sports cards. And Fanatics hopefully will do that. I know that there are very traditional collectors out there that are saying, you know what, this new money in the hobby, it's not about the money, it's just about the collecting. I hear you. You're right. But it's 2022 now, and with the way that sports cards have been going and with the way that the world and the social media is going now, I mean, you've already seen it here. We're doing breaks on YouTube. We're doing all kinds of new and interesting stuff, and that started a decade ago, and now that's kind of leaked over to TikTok and Instagram and all these other platforms, and hopefully we see some kind of love for this go mainstream, so Fanatics want to put money into a channel like that or some kind of network only covering sports cards. And that's only going to happen, guys, if people see value there and see a bit of a chance to make some money. I'm just being honest. I'm sorry, but that's really at a baseline how we're all thinking out there about it. So, is Fanatics on the stock market, Frank Young? I'm not sure. I think they are a traded company. That's a great question. Let me check. Fanatics stock. They are not on the stock market as of yet. It is one of several private unicorns expected to go public sometime in 2022. So I would assume, and I'm probably going to buy some Fanatics stock if it does go public, but I would assume that is going to be one of the most anticipated IPOs of 2022. I know Topps was going to go public back in 2021 before the news about Fanatics swooping in and taking the MLB, NBA, and NFL rights away from Topps and Panini. And obviously that IPO that Topps had planned along with the merger all just died and broke down. Southside Collection says, have the cats arm wrestle for feline supremacy. I love it. We actually do have some footage of some really good fights between them. They're brother and sister, but they absolutely love to fight each other and play. And when they're running around with each other's toys, they'll just sometimes break off and fight. And it's play fighting, but it's fun. Rip It Up says, nah, man, everyone has been ripping 2020 product. You're nuts if you think the 2020 sealed and optic prism won't shoot through the moon. As far as 2020 product, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we're talking sealed product from last year, I think we've already seen it shooting through the moon. Have a cats pick a winner for the Super Bowl online video, please, says David. That's funny. Tom H says, you need to do Walmart drop videos. You need to switch to those now. Tom, I will see what I can do. But with the videos for Walmart drops, you guys, it is just so hard for manual people to score because there are so many bots that get a lot of those cards on Walmart.com. And at least on Target.com, there's the potential for the manual user to get a lot of stuff. There are manual users that get stuff, but I fear that a lot more people would be explicitly disappointed if we all showed up together for a Walmart restock. Although, I guess it's better than just kind of waiting and not seeing any restock happen. I mean, I understand what you guys are getting at. All right, so 449, the hot zone just about to expire. Unfortunately, not seeing a restock from Target.com today, you guys. But I will be back bright and early live tomorrow morning, hoping to see a restock from Target.com. Don't know what's going on. They skipped 2 Tuesdays in a row, keeping us on our toes, and I appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, Mr. Burns says, yep, the hobby's going to tank. I disagree, Mr. Burns. I think a price bubble has already happened, has definitely popped already, but the hobby still has value, and you obviously see the immediacy there with a guy like Joe Burrow and going to the Super Bowl and surprising everybody like that and turning to the hobby. And what does that bring people into? That turns them into collectors, and that brings new collectors in the hobby that wouldn't have been there before. So as long as those things keep happening, then I don't think the hobby will ever die. And if a nice big old sports network out there is carrying, just all day and night sports card coverage, I think that would be a great way to keep people informed and to keep interest spinning about the hobby going forward as well. Mark, I'll answer your question. Pack Attack Jackpot says, what time are your breaks on Sunday? We're going early, you guys. I know Tri-City Pulls is going like around noon Central Time. So I'm going around like 9:30 Pacific Time. I'm trying to get in a little bit before him so I don't take up all his space. And I know people are going to be, getting drunk early and hanging out all day. But we're talking 12:30 East Coast time when I'm going live. So it won't be super, super early for everybody, but 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 East Coast time. And I'm going to get the break going very, very quickly. And they will be a little bit moving along a little bit quicker than they did last week, because I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to celebrate and get along with their Super Bowl festivities. But hey, you know what? I will obviously be hanging out and we'll be having a good time doing some giveaways. And if you show up for the live stream, we'll be doing some giveaways as well. So make sure you come to hang out, even if you don't want to buy into the break, you guys. Definitely, since it's the big game, we will absolutely give away something awesome for sure. Mark Mabry, I will answer your question now. Schulte, remove the resale and monetary value of cards for this. What is your favorite select to collect? Or maybe in other words, which do you think looks the best? Football and basketball. As far as what set looks the best, I love, and it doesn't have to be monetarily, like it could be a crappy Mariner, but the Mojo Bowman Mojo Refractors are one of my favorite cards ever. So that's one of my favorite cards for baseball. For football and basketball, I'm starting to look at like older Topps Chrome, and I see some value there. But if you're just asking about my favorite set look-wise, it's got to be Mosaic for football and basketball. I love Mosaic. Value out the window. I love the background that Mosaic does. I love the parallels. I love that Genesis hunting, baby. I mean, I should probably stop opening Mosaic for myself at this point, but maybe keep opening it for like breaks or something. Maybe pull some fire for people. That would be super, super awesome. Hope to do that. But Mosaic for football and basketball, hands down for me. That's my answer, Mark. Mr. Burns says the 2020 class will still sign, so you better keep your wax sealed to enjoy ripping when the time is right. Yeah, Mr. Burns, I'm mad that I didn't keep more Prism football mega boxes. They're going instead of for on the resale market last year, they were going for like 120 to 150. Now they're going for like $250 to $300 minimum. Prism football megas are so expensive, and the people that still have those sealed, I'm very jealous of you. Congratulations. Your blaster boxes, I think, are going for like 130 to 160 bucks. So, yeah, you're not lying, man. Save those for when the time is right, Mr. Burns. Absolutely. Rip It Up says, yeah, the hobby's going to tank. Better sell me your Burrows and Herberts. They're trash. That's funny, Rip It Up. Speaking tongue-in-cheek there, no doubt. Brody says 2019-20 Hoops hanger is on Walmart. All right, there you go, Brody. Thanks for the heads up there. Yeah, Loot Box Heroes. I agree with you, man. It says Walmart drops are too fast for it to be worth streaming. It goes out of stock immediately. Yeah, that's the thing, you guys. With Target, sometimes they'll drop in waves and they drop items one at a time to where it's easy to kind of track and let everybody know. And it's helpful for me to be here and say, hey, here's what's dropping right now and when it's dropping and how many are dropping, as opposed to Walmart. Sometimes they all drop at once. Sometimes it's just one or two items. And I know that, it could be that way with Target as well, but it's just a lot easier to try and talk you through a Target restock as opposed to Walmart. It's basically just like, bleh. That's what a Walmart restock is. If I can compare it to anything, it's bleh. So that's the best comparison I have. And I apologize to everybody. John Rod says, no drop and the stream. John, I usually hang around till about 10 after 8 or 10 after 5 on the Pacific Coast. On the Eastern Seaboard, it'll be 8 o'clock here in about 6 minutes. But I'm usually on until about 5:10 Pacific time. Just hanging out, making sure that we don't see any activity, and then also just hanging and talking about anything sports related and anything sports card related, answering questions for people. Tommy Two Dimes says, have a great day, Schulte. See you mañana. Thanks, Tommy. You as well, man. Brian Lawhorn says, bye, bro. See you tomorrow. I wish one day could have those people wait for cards, hit the like button, because when you say the cards are backloaded, they score. It's so disrespectful to you. Brian, it's all good. Sometimes, like I say, there are the lurkers that they just hang out, and I appreciate that, and they necessarily aren't able to hit the like button, so I'm okay with that. I appreciate every single one of you being here regardless. If you're just watching, if you are chatting, if you're hitting the like button, I love you all, so I appreciate all of you. That's awesome, Brian says. I bought a Mosaic Jalen Hurts graded 10 yesterday. Sweet. We're going to have a BGS Mosaic debut 9.5 Hurts up for grabs in that first break on Sunday, guys. Going to be fun. Rob Korn, what's going on? Says, sup, Schulte, good morning. Thanks for all you do, Rob. I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate you guys. Chaps831 says, I'm a ripper, not a shipper. So we got about 14 or 15 minutes left hanging out, guys, until about 5:10, like I said, Pacific time. Hopefully we will see a restock happening on Target.com. But it looks like that we're going to have to wait until tomorrow at the latest. Or at the earliest, excuse me, And at the latest, I think we're going to have to wait until next week and possibly just push it back to another Tuesday with them skipping 2 weeks in a row. Not sure what Target's doing, but you know what? I guess you can't expect them to have cards ready to release every single week. I don't know. I wish I had an exact answer for you guys. I wish I had more than just guesses, but I don't. And I apologize for that. Yummy Low says Prism Football is very hard to pull nice hits. Yeah, Yummy, you got to go for, I think the hangers and the mega boxes are really where it's at for Prism Football. As far as the blasters and the cellos go, they're fun rips, but they seem to me to be a lot harder to pull those hits out of. And one thing I would love to do, it sucks that I don't have more of these. I still have one 2020 Donruss Optic Mega Box. There are bronze autos that you can pull out of those Donruss Optic Mega Boxes, and I never was able to get my hands on a Justin Herbert bronze rookie auto, and hopefully the prices drop just slightly to where maybe I could make a deal or a trade for one of those. Would be stoked as heck to get my hands on one, and if I can't get my hands on one, then I'm just going to buy a ton of a ton of Optic Football Mega Boxes and rip for that Herbert bronze auto. So Dustin Sam says that's because there are no Walmart links. Yeah, guys, we don't have Walmart links down in the description. What I will do, we had Hoosier Polls that was throwing up a Walmart search link, and that's like the best search link when you're looking for cards on Walmart.com and using that for drops on Wednesdays, which is noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time, noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time, when Walmart drops on Wednesdays. And I will put that search link down below. I'll put like the best Target search link, and then I'll distinguish it between that and the best Walmart search link. That's how I'm going to do that going forward. Appreciate every single one of you hanging out. Just about 5 o'clock, about a minute and a half of here on the West Coast, almost 8 a.m. on the East Coast. I know you're all hopeful about sports cards, and I'm sorry, guys. I wish that I had some better news for you today, but unfortunately, Target's skunking us again. And of course, still a ton of news. In the NBA, we do have the trading deadline upon us. We had a ton of deals happening yesterday. And, of course, the Super Bowl this weekend. Going into, I would assume, what is going to be a delayed Major League Baseball season. We are a week from what would have been the start of spring training, and at this point, we are not seeing any movement for negotiations between the Players Association and Major League Baseball and the owners, and I would assume that they are going to push this season back at least a month or two. Wouldn't be surprised if they pushed it back and canceled half of it and had to start playing in the middle of the summer. And I'll tell you what, guys, that would be detrimental to a lot of young guys' careers, and not just a lot of young guys, but a lot of careers in general in Major League Baseball. A shortened season from the pandemic to 60 games back in 2020, and then a shortened season because of a strike. Yeah, nice job. Their stats look great for these 2 years. Not. And teams really end up getting their money's worth when that happens. I know that nobody's being paid right now, but all those guys that were signed to those massive contracts to play through this season don't get to start the season like they normally would. Kind of makes you understand why Kyle Seager just kind of hung it up and he said, you know what, I see the writing on the wall. I'm not even sure anything's going to be happening, so I'm just going to go retire. Peace. Oh, Marie, I appreciate you. That is super sweet of you to say. Says, love tuning in to listen, even when no drop. We are the Schulte fam. It feels like we're all a fam now. You rule. Keep it up. Thank you, Marie. I will try my best. Absolutely will continue, guys, to keep you gathered here and together. And if you do like hanging out with the people in the live streams, you guys, join my free Discord. The same people hanging out during the week all the time, chatting, letting everybody know what is restocked near them and when, and what awesome hits are pulled. In fact, if you're part of my Discord, or you can go follow me on Instagram, either way. But if you're part of my Discord or my Instagram, you saw that Anthony Edwards hit that I pulled last night before I took a nap for this live stream this morning. Blue Box Hero says, Whatnot is fire. And somebody asking me earlier above that if I have checked out Whatnot yet. Albie Games' his thoughts on Whatnot. Well, Whatnot seems to be a good platform. However, they reached out to me and initially were going to do a sponsorship deal and a giveaway with me. They signed me to like a little deal where I was going to do one live stream, one recorded video, and then a giveaway attached to that. And it was going to be a Justin Herbert, like holo rated rookie optic from last year. And they were going to pay me $750 for that. I signed the paperwork, and they kind of kept pushing and pushing and pushing back when they wanted to work with me and said, hey, you know, I'm just busy. The guy that initially did the deal with me said, you know, I just got a lot going on. And they never got back to me. I basically got ghosted by Whatnot after I signed a sponsorship deal with them. So obviously they don't think much of me. So I'm assuming that they've got a great platform going on, you guys. But I guess they don't think much of me, unfortunately. Sucks. So I don't know why. Ivan Lucas, to see you tomorrow, Schulte. Same bat time, same bat channel. I appreciate you, Ivan. Oh, rest in peace, Adam West. Rhett says, Rob, will Walmart do another restock of Mosaic Megas? I haven't caught the vendor yet this week. Well, asking about in-store stock, they probably are going to do a Mega Box stock in Walmart again. Just look the next 2 to 4 weeks in your local Walmarts. It might not be like every single week consistently dropping Mosaic Basketball Megas, but I think that they are going to be there for you. You just got to keep checking. And online, they are going to be there on Walmart.com. I don't think that was the one drop of Mosaic Megas. I think we're going to see more there. And eventually here, once Target does drop some sports cards, we're going to see different shaped Mosaic Basketball Mega Box dropped on Target.com as well. So never fear, Rhett, I do believe that you will be able to get your hands on those Mega Boxes. Brad, that's awesome. Brad Selden Esquire says, hi, my daughter says she likes your hair. That's awesome. Brad, tell her thank you. Thank you, man. I figured out that is a decent look for me, and it is pretty much the best hairdo that I could get that matches the shape of my face. So I appreciate that, Brad. Very, very kind words, man. Neon Rip says, hey, Schultz, I just uploaded the video of my Collector's Edge. Would love for you to check it out. Pulled a monster burrow. Congrats, Neon Rips. I'll absolutely go check that out when I got some time later today. In about 7 minutes, I will be off the air. And then I do have to take the wifey to the airport. She's got to do a little day trip for work today. So that is happening as well as a bunch of other stuff going on. Temp viewer 12345 says, Schultze, thoughts on SCG's popularity growing, reasonable fees and turnaround times, and have been grading for 24 years now. Their grading standards seem pretty tough too. Yeah, you know, Temp review, SGC, I know Scotty B made a great video about this. Go check out Scotty B's channel if you have not, guys. He does some awesome sports card hobby talk related to anything, you know, grading or rookie cards or print runs of sets, anything and everything related to how sports card collecting affects the everyday collector like you and I and what's going on in the hobby. So really cool stuff from Scotty B. Go check him out. But his channel actually was just talking about that, the growing popularity of SGC and how they have flipped people's opinions around of them, including myself. And if you don't know what SGC is, you guys, they are the tuxedo slab. I'm trying to see. I do have one near me. Hold on. SGC has definitely risen in popularity, and I actually have started to fall in love with their slabs. And I think that the popularity is growing because they have done super well in offering that consistent product with good customer service. Gosh, sorry, guys. Yeah, I've got a new camera on the way, so this is going to stop being a problem eventually. But here you go. Justin Herbert in the 9.5 grade for the rated rookie red press proof from Donruss 2020. But that is a tuxedo slab from SGC, guys. That's the company that we're talking about. But I think their popularity has soared for a reason, and I think that the value for their cards is going to be there in the future. Absolutely. Brad says, taught her grab the phone. She's a fan. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, Brad. I appreciate that. Dustin says, oh, no, he was answering Rhett. Says they will stock more Megas. Says last week was the first week, so they will be more. Yeah, guys, just keep checking the next 2 to 4 weeks at your local Walmarts for those Mosaic Basketball Megas. That is the best advice I can offer up to you. Yeah, Dustin says Target hasn't dropped anything at all recently. No, they have not, man. They've been making us wait. They've been putting us on our toes, kind of making us hanging around with bated breath. Kids got alligator blood. We've all got alligator blood. Just like Just like Matt Damon's character in Rounders, right? We have all got alligator blood because we are here hanging every morning. The Schulte fam is strong. Hopeful for a restock, and even when we don't get one, we show up strong the next day, and I appreciate every single one of you. Phenom TA says, didn't they fire more than half their staff? No, I think you're thinking of like HGA or Starstock, brother. I think you're thinking, no, SGC is awesome. SGC is, in some people's minds, a better option for grading than Beckett at this point. Once again, the turnaround times, the customer service is awesome, and the very reasonable prices. I think SGC is a better option for grading your low to mid-tier cards than PSA or BGS right now. PSA is too expensive, and frankly, when Beckett is available, so is Beckett, and both take way too long for those mid-tier cards. And I know that SGC, you know, on like eBay and on the secondary market for resales, they aren't super valuable right now, but I really do see that changing. Yeah, Phenom, I think you're thinking of Starstock. They fired like 55 or 60 employees or something like that. Yummy says the comps have not matched the popularity, though, and that's what I'm saying, Yummy. You're right. No, and that's hopefully something that will change. I would assume the market's going to correct a little bit. Sometimes, you guys, it takes... SGC was kind of a redheaded stepchild even a year or two ago in the world of grading, but now they're starting to become popular. So maybe in a year or two, so 12 to 24 months, you're going to see the prices align with their popularity and the market kind of correct there. So in my opinion, SGC slabs right now, a good buy. If you can get your hands on a 9.5 or get your hands on a 10. And the cool thing, guys, about the SGC slabs is they offer a 10. Sorry, I actually do have a 10 here of a Fernando Tatis Jr. Base Topps paper card. Pretty sweet looking card. They offer a 10, but this isn't even the best grade that they offer. They offer a gold 10 as well, which essentially a gold 10 is one of the hardest grades to get in all of grading, basically up there with that BGS 10. And that is one of the reasons why SGC has that added value and why people are so into them. But hopefully with that gold 10 and with the pristine 10 from SGC, some of their 9s and 9.5s can get some value as well. Yeah, Dustin, it says HGA. Yeah, I was right. HGA is who fired the house. Their office is less than 5 minutes away from me. I hear some horrific stories from them. You know, Dustin, from seeing their CEO just bitching about, and I'm sorry, I just said a bad word if they're kids, my bad, that are very upset and, in my opinion, whining about the other companies that have been in the game longer getting a pass when it comes to like grading mistakes. Like, it's like, yes, you're new in the game, you can't make mistakes, and this is after, you know, the Pat Mahomes fake auto was authenticated. This is after slabs came back that were open, that are supposed to be sealed, that were not, and other mishaps as well with cards that were fake being authenticated, trimmed cards sent in and being graded when they shouldn't have. I mean, HGA screws up royally quite a bit. I don't think they've been in the news recently for screwing up, but we've been hearing a lot of other drama going on in the hobby, so maybe that's been taking precedent, and any screw-ups by HGA are just normal at this point. But I don't want to, like, you know, just I want to use what's fact and what's been reported, and all those incidents alone, guys, with the slabs not being sealed, with a fake Pat Mahomes auto, with a fake authenticated card, stuff like that, it just tells you that that company's bad news, and you gotta stay away. You gotta stay away. Vikes says, Schulte buy higher end SGC 9.5 and crack them to ship to PSA when it's time. I've done really well so far with that because they grade well. Nice. Okay, so this SGC 9.5, what you're saying is I should crack this. So for this Justin Herbert, you're saying I might get a 10 rated rookie red press proof Justin Herbert from Donruss 2020 if I crack it and send it to PSA. Might have to do that, man. Might have to do that. Marie says, SGC needs fancier slabs. Tuxedo is yuck. You know, Marie, I used to agree. I used to think that the tuxedo slab was yucky looking. I didn't like the black look, but gosh, I thought that, you know, you had to have like this pristine clear and just a very nice, simple looking label, but with this black outline and just how valuable it looks, in my opinion, I don't know why I ever thought that they didn't look good. I'm going back and I'm thinking I'm crazy. So Joe says I've done 5 orders with SGC and got them all back in less than the 25-day limit. No, and PSA is still king, guys. I'm not gonna argue and say that like PSA is getting taken over by SGC. That's not even what I'm saying. Not even close. I don't think that's happening. No, PSA is obviously still king. But as far as lower and mid-tier cards, I would definitely recommend sending those to SGC. And as we just said, Joel even getting 5 orders with SGC back in the less than the 25-day limit. Pretty nice. Yeah, Marie, you're right. Says HGA was up and coming till all the bad news. Yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. And then when the CEO comes out, like I said, and complains about the superiority of Beckett and PSA and asking why they get away with mistakes, it's like, well, you know why. They've been in the market longer. All right, guys, it is 5:12 Pacific time. Time to get on out of here. It has been, unfortunately, a disappointing morning with no restock on Target.com. However, I will be back bright and early again tomorrow morning, hoping for a restock. I'm sorry that we did not see one, but you know what? Target.com definitely keeping us all on our toes. Do me a favor, guys. Bro Dude says, hold on. Sure, don't mention that in every one of those situations, HGA fixed the issue. Also, they innovated a horizontal slab that no one has had in 30 years, but yeah, stay away from HGA. Well, Bro Dude, I'm not saying that they didn't fix the issues, but when you're a new company like that, you unfortunately don't have the leeway to make those mistakes, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, brother. I'm not trying to trash them. I'm just saying, like, when you're a new company like that, you can't afford to make mistakes, and then when you do, you can't complain about companies that have been around longer getting away with mistakes. Does that make sense? I mean, I hear what you're saying, Bro Dude. You have a valid point. You have a very valid point. I agree with you. But unfortunately, just the market is so quick to judge that company has already shot themselves in the foot, unfortunately. But I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying. All right, guys. Yeah, 5:13. Gonna let y'all get on out of here. Miguel T says, PSA grades are random. It basically comes down to whether the grader got laid the night before or not. I'm staying away from him, not giving him my business. Well, there you go, Miguel T. Hot take, but I like it. I like it, baby. All right, guys. So I appreciate every single one of you hanging around. We are going to hang it up for the morning. I do have, speaking of Mosaic Basketball Mega Boxes, I do have that video. It is loaded on YouTube. It will be dropping later today. So hopefully y'all can enjoy me ripping a Mosaic Basketball Mega. Finally able to get my hands on one last Friday for the first time. They are, like I said, being sprinkled around. But make sure, guys, you pay attention today. Walmart restock happening at noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time. And if you do want to buy into my break going on this weekend, check it out. Really, really good options. This 2021 combo number 1, and we got a hobby box combo for combo number 2. Great prices for both, as well as an opportunity to win slabs in both breaks. And we've got an OT break if we fill both of those. So hopefully we can fill both of those up on Sunday morning/afternoon before we get ready to watch the big game and pull somebody a huge Joe Burrow. Be awesome. All right, guys. Make sure y'all smash that like button on your way out and be safe. I know that still a little crazy out there, but appreciate all you being here. And thanks again. Schultz's card pulls out.